should I choose?
There are leaves around.
Estou entrando na conta secundária que estava na minha principal.
delicious. That's the one. Up a little. Yeah. Did you hear that? It seemed like it came from those ruins over there. Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure hoarders...
There's no end to this.
I see everything.
You're open.
Come a little closer. You did... Witness the power of Gugwa.
Becomes the hunter.
Everyone hold hands.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You.
Thank you.
Aw, it was nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
I understand. Don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because of you. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing Jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught and imprisoned me. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it.
Wait a moment. Actually, we are looking for something.
What might that be?
Do you have a box that can store
Você quer
presents?
caldo?
We'd like a pretty
Copo de
one.
caldo?
The kind that you can use to store snacks.
Copo de caldo, assim, a
Of course
caldinho.
we do.
É bom
How
pra
can one sell
você.
antiques without gift
Quer não?
boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we have the
Caldinho.
best
Caldinho
gift
de
wrapping
frango,
service
gostoso.
in the 7
Pode
nations.
frango.
Now just give me a
caldinho de
moment
frango
and I'll let the
mesmo,
Tem
boss
outro
know.
caldo, outro tem
You
caldo.
can go see her whenever you
leite,
require that
É?
box.
O papai está gostoso do caldo dela.
Paimon Sugar
Okay.
Frosted
Copão
Slime now
assim.
comes in a beautiful pack.
Quer não? Você não quer? Ah, por que você não quer? É bom pra você. É bom pra você. É bom pra você, não quer não?
Não, não.
Tá bom, você não quer?
Hey there! A guy called Meng Dan.
Uncle Meng already told me about it. Thank you both for saving him. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Meng. If anything were to happen to him, it would be impossible. Here, this container is itself an antique. With that
Yep. It's great. Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure, please help yourselves. As long as it's on our shelves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack. It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Careful.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations, too.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ningguang. should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guess, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Oh no, it's nothing.
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly of you. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait! Was Vergoldet one of your
Just Vergoldet? Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, The Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions? That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there. You, no doubt, saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete. So please, this way.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first.
Ooh, isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super famous.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you. If possible, I'd like to have your trust. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching... You'd pick Kuching? Nah, I had a feeling. I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power. Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them. Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for their rite so they could use us for their own end. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
It's all right. I like direct people. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one...
Yay! was just waiting for you to say that. Let's see, what should we get? One of the sheets on that wall. Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if it's only as large as Paimon's fingernail. Just imagine how much more a whole Let's grab one, the biggest one. Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one. La 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 la. Let's see what's written. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it sigil of permission something Fatui research copy? Huh? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a cheating spy discovered traces of classified Fatui research on... Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue, spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on the Archon's body and whatnot. But research on the sigil of permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the sigil of permission. Seems there's still... Oh, you really think so? Well, should we... Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely... That's way out of Anyway, we'll see if you're on. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really are up to no good there.
Such a brute. No, my sword. Yeah. Body and mind. Let me leave you a verse. No one escapes my sight.
Grow.
Yes, this is it.
You're in for a little shock.
Of death. Through.
There are so many talismans here. I haven't seen this pattern before. But where? Oh, Paimon knows! It looks just like the sigil of permission the child gave you. But how did a relic of the... Oh, that's right! Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the sigil of permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine powers. Maybe the Fatui are copying the sigil of permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect. Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous. And the plot thickens. We'll need to keep an eye. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We gotta go meet up with Zhongli soon. The last stop on our rite of preparations tour is Dihua Marsh. Let's go! Paimon hates being late.
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and pretty and expensive. Paimon's never seen such a big...
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust? What did you talk about with her?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she... Yeah, her take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. She thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
Oh. So you also met with Keqing then? What did she have to say?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart, though they are both members of the Qixing. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever achieve that. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least. No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have some? Even Qingse Village has glaze lilies. Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers. Maybe we could ask her.
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the... Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, but I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. No, I need you to sing to them. Singing to the flowers will make them more fragrant.
So how good is your singing? Really? Why doesn't Paimon believe you?
We'll only know once she starts singing.
Whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
Surrender and I'll be gentle. Come a little closer. Here. Whoa. Yip. Yep. Hip. No escape.
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. Strange. These petals look... The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
That's so lame.
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey, it's... What's her face? Carmen Care...
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name. Ah, that reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Something seems a little off about Ganyu. She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard. Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7. The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden. As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached its end.
Huh? Did you just say, as an Adeptus?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day. Well, let's save that conversation for another day. You say that you are here looking for glaze lilies? I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself. Here, you may have it if you wish.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too. Thanks, Gunyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the upcoming farewell for our ancient lord. If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now. Good luck.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all, so you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked, the wear and tear on your heart may go well past mending.
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all. Alright, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now.
I'll race you there!
I see everything.
No, my sword! Witness the power of Gugwa! You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. No pain, no gain.
What happened? The city gate is
Ah, you're the consultant to Wengsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hid an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo Archon. If the two sides come to blows...
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and adepti...
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millelith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn the balance? Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng funeral parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what did Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
E vai lutar contra o Fuse agora. Impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora. This is where all of Tibet's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right? Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true. Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet. Too quiet.
Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But who could have possibly guessed that the god of Geo would mysteriously perish the very moment I arrived in Liyue, and that the Exuvia would subsequently be hidden away? If it weren't for that lovely little rite of parting ceremony you put together, it would have taken me a whole lot longer to get the information I needed. Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Qixing are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway. Because if you ask me, without that, what else is there? Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it. This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got! So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Pouquinho pra conversar com ela.
Nossa! Vem aqui, mãe. Vem conversando pra cá não, mãe.
Uai, cala com as meninas aí primeiro, depois você termina.
Don't be such a brute.
How unbecoming.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Yep, you're in for a little shock.
Not bad, not bad. Not bad. You've got a trick or two. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
in for a little shock. Don't be such a brute. You're in for a little shock.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
Dá do chá de fralda.
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah!
Ô tio! Benção.
No, my sword!
O senhor comprou um negócio da Apple? O senhor comprou um notebook da Apple? Bom, hein?
O que é?
O senhor comprou um notebook da Apple?
Nossa, hein?
Oi?
Já sei. O nome dele é assim.
I see everything!
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you?
Eu vou comprar seu telefone.
Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over. Now. Don't
Eu vou
make me
comprar
take
seu
it from you.
telefone.
We didn't take it!
Some of you win. And some of you...
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend, even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing. Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Mung gets it. So how do you plan to defend Lila? Just seeing this overlord of the vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Lila. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista with... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
No one escapes my sight!
You're in for a little shock.
Here!
Come a little closer.
Huh?
Looks like I went too far.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
My work. Finished. Cold cut.
The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many victories too! We can't hold...
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like that time in Julian Karst! Wow! It's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong! I see everything!
Let's end this quickly.
Let me read you a verse. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Surrender and I'll be gentle. You're in for a little shock. With the blood of the Chelian, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Time to act.
Everyone hold hands!
No one escapes my sight. You're in for a little shock.
Use myself a little.
Try not to enjoy this too much. Get him! Rain cutter! No, my sword! Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak!
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
You're in for a little shock. Yep.
Hey!
Come a little closer.
I see everything!
This should be fun.
Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Everyone hold hands!
Rain outlines your fate. Let me read you a verse.
Let me amuse.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Be careful now. The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this? I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
O Zhongli vai falar, adorei o show. Adorei o show. Foi um espetáculo ver a câmera de Jorge cair.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning,
Agora o
Rex
X
appeared
dá.
to me in a dream.
Agora os Zhongli abusador.
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing,
Daquilo já foi um espetáculo assistir a câmera de Jade cair do céu.
each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big...
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is the country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer, although their blood is weak. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons. Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Await.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further.
But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right. It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too? Hyman doesn't get... But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
The key here is consumer psychology.
Where has Master gone this time? You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see. Am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Chising, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence, This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There was only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapolyarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Aí vem ela. Eu sabia que ela viria. É hora de você ir pra casa, carinha. Vou sentir sua falta. Vou sentir sua falta.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
peaceful neighborhood.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the cold...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin... There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked... Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the millilith over there look...
Hear ye all, the Chising's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Lyra to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis... Did Zhongli... Exactly, right? Look, it's Ningguang and Kuching. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa!
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
If you were roping you in. The cleanup of the.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Shinya kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Shinya kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do like the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be... Yes. The nation has been closed by order of its deity, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue prefer to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Tibet...
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never... That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed... I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there... Ah, that was a good one. That said, the reason why the Qixing... I hinted as much to the Adepti as... How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there...
Yeah, about that.
These are indeed false. I've heard that Ningguang is busy... Those... All right then. Was there anything... The time of the Adepti has... Kuching is absolutely right in saying this. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything...
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Mora in Tibet? Since Morax is dead, are they all just going to disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo Archon's power.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to an end!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the Liyue Qixing to debate.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund. This does seem like a good, logical, common sense idea. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
Why not keep me company for a while?
Buscar arroz pra mostrar, né?
Buscar o quê?
Comer.
Não, não é?
É.
Ah, não vai, não.
Mas eu vou lá só buscar e comer. Não, fala pra ele que eu não vou não, fala pra ele.
Fury. That's far enough. Search for it! Search for it! Palamute, you're dead! Upon the gale. Search for it.
Seja bem-vindo, senhor. Esperava ansiosamente a chegada. Não, muito bem. Eu não devo ser isso. Trabalho em secundária. Não, até você me pagar. Não se preocupe mais. É por isso que eu tô aqui. Por favor, sim. Você sabia que os goblins conseguem alcançar uma velocidade de 50 km? Eles sustentam essa velocidade por mais de 1 km. Por outro lado, os humanos chegam a uma velocidade de 35 km. Eu não posso fazer nada, não é problema meu.
Olha, agora não, aí depois.
Final warning! Drop your weapons! Stop right there! Drop your weapons! Final warning! Stop right there! Final warning! Stop right there! Final warning! Drop your weapons! Final warning! Drop your weapons! Final warning! Drop your weapons! Stop right there! Final warning! Drop your weapons! Final warning! Drop your weapons! Stop right there! Drop your weapons! Final warning! Stop right there! Final warning! Stop right there! Final warning! Stop right there! Drop your weapons! Stop right there! Final warning! Stop right there!
Senhorita Gaines, nós vamos ajudá-la a recuperar seu nome com segurança.
Como? Aqui
Não podemos deixar que eles levem.
nós, quem? Quer com cara que você não trabalha com isso? Deve ser uma linha de...
É de você.
Isso esteja acontecendo por causa de $2.000. $2.000? Zack tinha umas dívidas de jogo.
Uglay, you're up! Don't be scared! Uglay, you're up! Stay put! Uglay, you're up! Stay put! Uglay, you're up! Stay put! Don't be scared! Stay put! Uglay, you're up! Don't be scared! Stay put! Uglay, you're up!
O Adriano tá ligando.
Adriano tá ligando aqui, ó. Que foi, será? Adriano tá ligando aqui, ó. Isso aqui é... Adriane! Atende aí, vê o que que é. Atende aí, vê o que que é. A Adriane tá ligando.
Não.
Ah, não.
Liga pra lá que chegou lá, tá?
Não, moça, atende. Ela não liga assim, não.
Don't be scared.
Ah, não, Ala. Pra ver o que que é, só pra ver o que que ela quer. Atende aí só pra nós ver o que que ela quer.
O quê? Olha só, eu notei que você tem muito jeito com as mulheres, cara.
Atende aí só pra ver o que que ela quer.
Ficar falando toda vez que vai falar dentro, não.
Não vou falar toda a vida, não. Vou só procurar o que foi. Não, olha que precisa, você não liga, olha que não precisa. Qualquer coisinha você tá ligando pra lá. Eu ter comprado aquela bosta, porque eu devia ter comprado um telefone pra mim, então. Não.
12 bombas nucleares soviéticas, cada uma delas pode destruir uma cidade inteira.
Ó, precisa de ligar aqui. Liga, você não atende a bosta do telefone. Não atende a bosta do telefone.
Não, isso é azar. Sangue é que é louco.
Não sabe nem o que que é. Ela não liga assim. Nem ligar lá pra falar que chegou, não. Nem ligar lá pra falar que chegou, não. Ligar só pra falar que chegou? Ela não falou que ia ligar pra falar que chegou?
Então vamos precisar de ajuda. Eu não queria estar envolvido nessa bagunça tanto quanto você. Agora vamos tentar resgatar seu irmão. Mas para garantir a segurança dele e de milhões de pessoas, temos que encontrar essa espada primeiro.
Só por quando essas bostas aí que não atende o telefone, ó. Quando essas bostas aí.
Conseguimos essas fotos com o departamento de antiguidade da comigo. O que ele quer dizer? Empleamos o máximo.
Vou lá buscar o comer lá na Graciela, vou pedir a Graciela pra ligar pra mim. Você come sozinha aí. Vou lá, vou pedir a Graciela pra ligar pra mim. A Graciela liga pra ela lá pra mim. Acabar de tratar de você aqui e vou lá.
Desculpe pelo nariz.
Tudo. Eu era mesmo muito.
Telefone? Telefone é pra ficar invocado com essas bostas aí?
Esse é o Waze.
Como logo eu vou lá no Elo. Pode comer aqui e vou lá no Elo. Vai tratar disso aqui e vou lá no Elo.
Eu não quero ouvir. Seria melhor um cavalo numa carruagem. Você não conseguiu encontrar a cor, a língua azul? Olha, na próxima vez...
Vou lá no Elo. Vai comer aqui e vou lá no Elo. Não vai pedir o Elo pra ligar pra Adriana pra mim.
Parece que a nossa convidada está do nosso lado. Pra onde vamos, querida Liz?
A vingança é minha. Seu grande império americano está desmoronando, igual ao Império Britânico, derrotado por um inimigo tecnologicamente inferior. Mas sem desenvolvimento. Fico muito obrigado pela sua
To the ferry!
Porque a pessoa pode desligar o telefone, desligar o telefone. Pode atender casa e desligar. Em vez de ter comprado essa bosta, em vez de ter comprado aquela bosta, ter comprado um telefone pra mim. Vou comprar um telefone pra mim.
Então, um bom motivo para meter uma bala na sua cabeça.
Está no grupo suicídio. Tem mais uma coisa.
Sabe o que eu vou fazer com você? você? Eu acho que eu vou colocar suas mãos e seus pés. E eu vou dar pros cães do sangue. Você é realmente boa no que ela faz. Ganhamos soltar as mãos e pegar os pés? Era uma piada. Fecha aí.
A vila que fica ao pé do gigante adormecido guarda a casa de barro. De lá, o amaldiçoado cedro vigia as 6 abissos. O gigante adormecido é o apelido que os humanos usavam para as montanhas por onde estavam indo. Papa é o deus do vinho, mas... Estudaram mitologia na sua o explica para sobre essas coisas.
Também é guardião do ar. Não sabe de tudo isso.
Meu professor Rato foi o primeiro professor de
E você não acredita?
É um bom professor. E amo, sinceramente.
Não se incomoda com ele. Ele quase não sei quantas palavras. Mas consegue atirar na cara de um rato brilhante?
É, todo mundo tem um talento especial.
I wasn't done.
Lester, Artes Absurdas, a fortaleza do inferno.
É confortável e acolhedor. Parece velho, mas não tão velho.
Pode comer que logo que eu vou lá no L.
É uma fortaleza húngara. Século XIII e XIV de construída sobre as ruínas de um forte romano.
Alguma ideia de como entrar? Que tal bater?
Acho que não tem ninguém em casa. Né? A não ser o Atila. E ele não vai se levantar.
O próprio inferno espera por aquele que se atreve a acusar as defesas de Arcis Abissus.
Tá, e isso quer dizer o que exatamente?
Quer dizer que a gente vai escalar.
Fry! Fry! Let's end this now! We'll meet. Perfect distance! Fry! Going somewhere?
Bom, já escalamos os muros. E acho que isso leva mesmo ao inferno.
Até aqui tudo bem. Pra onde agora?
Quando tudo está perdido, o Salvador os guiará. Estamos procurando por um símbolo religioso, um crucifixo ou algo parecido.
Fica aqui no vídeo tutorial. Ah, tá legal. Você acha que é o único?
Fry! Fry! Fry!
The eternal oasis at long last! Cut down like this.
Ah, não, velho. Que porra é essa?
Você está bem?
Eu acho que não penetrou muito.
Deixa eu ver. Os homens costumavam colocar veneno nas suas pranchas.
Não pegou sono por isso. Eu duvido que a veneno funcione depois dessa inteligência. Não é?
Isso depende do tipo de doença.
Eu acho que a gente vai descobrir isso logo. Não vamos nos preocupar. Ei! Vejam isso. Eu estava certo. Tudo bem?
Tudo bem, eu só estou pensando sobre o que está atrás dessa parede. Passei tanto tempo da minha vida estudando os mitos e lendas por não acredito que estamos aqui.
Talvez Deus esteja lá. Pode ser só.
Eu pensei nas conveniências. Depois parei porque eu não posso me esquecer dos anos.
Nós vamos aqui.
Como está sendo?
This will do! Cut down like this.
Uma espada clássica. Invencibilidade das espadas. Seria ótimo no nosso ramo. Vai precisar de toda a ajuda que conseguir. Ele.
Quanto tempo estamos juntos?
15 anos. Mais ou menos isso. Mais ou menos isso. Depois de todo esse tempo,
Where do you think you're going? Test subject.
Essa mulher aqui é forte, ó.
pode pegar as cordas. Vamos ter que descer.
Oxi! Que é isso?
Calma de comer lá, porque eu não é.
Where do you think you're going?
É hacker, velho. Você tá louco, velho?
The eternal oasis at long last.
É hacker. Você tá é louco, não tem como isso não, aqueles relúcios matar meus trem tudo. É hacker. Hacker nesse desafio, velho, você tá louco?
Posso lhe fazer uma pergunta, Jay? Por que sou sempre eu que tenho que ficar na retaguarda? Porque você é bom demais nisso, Willis. Mentiroso. Tá certo. Queria te precisar. Cadê a doutora? Estamos no lugar certo?
Mas estamos no lugar certo.
Fry! Picked the wrong test subject. Going somewhere? Fry! Picked the wrong test subject.
Essa é a cena. A crítica fica atrás de um desses pontos. São placas de pressão.
Entendi. Não precisa falar duas vezes.
Animais sagrados dos humanos. A serpente, a águia, o javali, o urso e o dragão.
5 animais, 3 porcos.
Duas armadilhas.
Ou seja, melhor não escolher.
Fry!
Alguma coisa que parece que não é um carro.
Fry!
Aquele que te deixar identificar entre o dragão e o urso conseguirá
I wasn't done.
se caso.
Perfect distance. Done. Fry. You're open. Finally,
Não tô com graça de você não. Ainda, nada. Vou lá no Ed, viu? Tchau pra você. Tchau pra você, vou lá no Ed. Lá no Ed, se viu que eu pra ligar pra gente. Vou lá no Ed. Então vai ficar sem ninguém, que eu vou lá no Ed. Tchau pra você.
I wasn't done.
Não desce, eu vou lá no ESE. Eu vou lá no ESE. Vou lá no ESE. Vou pedir a Graciela pra ligar pra Adriana pra mim. E ver o que a Adriana quer comigo. Vou lá. Eu vou lá, sim, senhor. Deve ser o refrigerante que eu tô indo lá. Eu tô indo lá.
A maldição está na tumba do rei Kut. Quando o Lorde Carnaval pagou Carter para violar a tumba em 1922, ele não ligou para ele. Após um ano, ele picada de mosquito. Pode rir ou pode quiser, mas há coisas neste mundo que não sabemos. Como nos chamamos?
Uma coisa eu sei. Vocês se deram mal.
Zack,
Tchau pra você, viu?
somewhere? You're okay.
Shut down.
Fry! I wasn't done. To the ferry. Fall before me, you idiot. This will do!
Uma água pra você beber aqui de melhor.
Hã?
Going somewhere?
Cadê, velho? Ah, não, pelo amor de Deus, velho. Aqui.
eternal oasis at long.
Perfect distance. The fairy. Fry.
Isso agora tá a força. E esse tiro dele agora vai dar trabalho, viu?
Perfect distance. Finally,
Bloom as the flowers in Gurabad! Bloom as the flowers in Gurabad! Bloom as the flowers in Gurabad!
Fall before me!
Falou que isso agora ia dar trabalho, que ainda tá forte demais.
Coloca as armas no chão. Isso aí. Pra trás. Então, você deve ser assim. Prazer em conhecer. Obrigado por ter vindo. Aliás, compra. Jake, amigão, o seu não foi tão bom assim.
Te deixaram sair por bom comportamento, Cutter, para que pudesse vender o seu próprio país?
A América já não é mais a mesma. E além disso, eu tô ganhando dinheiro suficiente para comprar meu próprio país.
Fry. Fry.
Mesmo depois de todo esse tempo,
Conseguiu viver. Agora entregue ele.
The eternal oasis at long last! The eternal oasis at long last!
não fizemos isso. Nossa, eu adoro esse som. Bom, tem que ir. Vou receber. Ah, Jake. Engraçado como o mundo dá voltas, né? É, muito engraçado. Cara, eu detestei a solitária.
time for afternoon tea.
Puxando o som.
The rite of parting? Something terrible happened.
Que tiroteio é esse? Matando seus comparsas. Desgraçado. Tem uma ideia sem percurso. Esqueça tudo. Tem outro tipo de barulho. E não
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer
Think about his
near.
dealer.
O que está fazendo, doutor? Está procurando o quê?
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Is that so? Apart from your own skills, reliable teammates are also indispensable. Another person to count on is always good at.
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guide as good as Paimon.
Ah, yes. Let me consult a...
What? Dress is all funny. It feels like Paimon's heard this one before. Wait, do you mean... Does that stranger's face look anything like hers?
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger is a very tall man, and even has an eye patch.
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaya? My patches can't prove that you're related anyway.
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know anything about the relationship between him and Mr. Kaya. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. Perhaps he might accept your commission instead. After all, and should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, you would... Please don't talk down on yourself like that. You are the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city, even now. Well, as to further news about him, he stands guard at the city gate. I wish you every Add Astra... Thank you for complete... Add Astra... Add Astra...
Só que eu acho que existe um pequeno adicional no caminho. Agora eu quero dobro, para começo de conversa.
Tínhamos um acordo, Sr. Khan.
Só que o acordo mudou. Agora você me obedece. Então escuta. Tem um vilarejo nas montanhas. O nome... Como é que chama mesmo? Estrangeiro. Estrangeiro. Tá? Se quiser espada, me encontre lá. Você ficou maluco? Não. Pra falar a verdade, eu tô enxergando mais claramente agora do que antes.
Ei! Ei! Estão escutando isso? O que é isso? É possível aquela coisa ter ultrapassado a gente?
As passagens estão todas interligadas.
Ótimo, me sentirei melhor quando estiver me contando. Está cada vez mais alto.
Eu quero estar com a minha arma aqui.
Isso é tudo que a gente tem.
Dá bastante.
Armas não serviriam de nada. O cérebro não é deste mundo. Só a espada pode mudar.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer in your building.
Até eu ver com meus olhos, aquela coisa é tão viva quanto nós e pode ser morta.
Diga que eu não sou a inimiga, só estou contando o que sei.
Ok, obrigado. Está anotado. Morcegos, abaixem-se. Malditos morcegos. Será que tem mais? Samantha. Desculpa pelo...
Tudo bem. Não é minha culpa você estar aqui. Estamos quentes.
Behold!
Olha só.
I see everything.
You're in for a little shock.
No, my sword.
Come a little.
Rain cutter.
Let's spark things up a little.
Commit it to memory. Yeah.
Eu garanto que vão saber. Pode entender, é fácil. É um brinquedinho pra você.
Já dá pra melhorar ela já. Botar fotos aqui.
Eu acho que tem sim.
Cadê o polo?
Amigo aqui tem até oficina pra ver.
Cadê as fichas? Cadê?
I created another universe and founded paradise for I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin de
Pra melhorar, né? Só falta chegar no rank 30.
Pois eu acho que é você comigo.
Something on your mind again?
Só que antes eu vou beber uma gelo. Tolo! Matar todos nós! Eu falei alguma besteira? Ô, princesa! Vem cá! Isso mesmo. Vem cá. Não serviu nada pra gente.
At the
cachorro de 3 cabeças não existiam, mas existem. Aceitar? Como eu devo aceitar isso? Você não consegue me matar, eu nem eles veem toda essa vez. E vão decidir como desculpa se eu conheço.
Don't be such a brute.
Adriano ligou pra cá, você não quis atender. Não sabe nem o que é. Não quis atender o telefone de jeito nenhum. Eu vim bosta aí, mulher. Eu não atendo o telefone pra menina ali.
Everyone hold hands.
Your fate.
I see everything.
Come a little closer.
No pain, no gain.
strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
Have you heard?
Rite of parting?
Rite of parting.
Did something terrible happen again?
O trio já queria falar, pegou aqui já, eu cheguei já, fiz minha mãe que eu cheguei já. A criança não queria falar que eu cheguei já, ela falou pra avisar minha mãe que eu cheguei já.
Honorary Knight. Is something the matter?
Eu aviso minha mãe que já cheguei já.
Na época das forças especiais. Tínhamos que evacuar vilarejos nas proximidades de Fallujah. De repente, a gente encontrou tudo isso.
A stranger with... He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first, which I lost him pretty quickly. Still, as long as Master Jean is here, there's nothing to fear from some suspicious, unusual-looking person.
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean, she'd take this way more seriously.
That is true. But on the other hand, knowing that Master Jean may overreact to the situation is all the more reason to not tell her, no? Anyways, oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy for a while before I tried telling him. He might have said something to Wagner. You should go ask him. Maybe he has more news about our stranger.
What? You need something? Here. Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned, though. He then had a look at the weapon. If the Knights of the Guild want to get hold of him.
She'll share? Well, Master Diluc probably has his eye on that stranger too then. Anyway, let's go to the Angel Share and have a look.
Have you heard? The right authority.
Come in, take a seat. What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
Hey, Charles! Have you seen a blonde stranger who wears an eye patch around here by any chance?
That I have. He comes here every night. Just to drink, though. Doesn't order anything else. He even sometimes mixes his own drinks after he orders them. I don't know anything else about him, but from his selections and mixes, I'd say that he's quite the connoisseur.
And what's Master Diluc's opinion?
Why, I just gave it to you. Quite the connoisseur.
Investigating everything as always. Guess that's Diluc for you.
If you're looking for that gentleman, he ordered some new bottle of wine in advance yesterday. So he should be here today, too. There's too many raucous patrons on the first floor, so if you want to wait, best to go to the second.
Hey! Go on!
Eu espero que tudo que eu quero é conseguir pegar o lance dele. Assim que a gente chegar lá, você já pode conseguir a vida. Samantha, a única coisa que
responsável por aquela espada com mãos erradas e ninguém vai me impedir de recuperar. Se você acha que vai pegar a espada de cuidado,
Even if you are a close
Come, my friend.
I need to learn to
Wine, venture.
Dandelion wine. Another.
Ah, welcome, sir. The wine that you previously ordered is here.
He's really here? Let's go downstairs and have a look.
Even if you are a close friend,
Wine,
is better.
venture.
I can't give up. Dandelion wine.
Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling? Well, that's as good a reason as any. Sit down over there, then.
So, guess we've broken the ice. What a weird guy.
That little one beside you.
That's not true, and you know it.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some business with me?
Tem que haver uma fraqueza. Pense pouco, doutor. Esse mesmo não é nada que
Sure.
para derrotá-lo.
A essa altura, não tenho certeza de mais nada.
He was so cold just a moment before.
Alguém já o derrotou, Smith.
Hyman's got a bad feeling about
But I will require advance payment.
Próxima opção.
500 mora, and 3 answered questions.
É claro.
The 500 is a one-time fee, and we'll settle the questions in a moment.
Agora temos que encontrar
That's it.
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling. That kind of compensation can't be right.
Musical, bem antigo.
mais alguma coisa?
Ah, thank you. Now, as for my questions, I'd like you to answer them here and now. The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong, only about differences in attitude. I only wish to know what your choices are. You need only answer. Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls himself Venti. Who, in your view, was the key to ending that crisis?
Ok. Vai atirar. Já conheço isso. Aí eu digo, você.
I know everything that I should.
É assim que a coisa funciona.
Well,
E você pode.
answer the question.
Mas a espada é só.
Is that your answer? I see.
Não prestou atenção em nada do que eu
Question number 2.
Eu não estou brincando.
Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his gnosis to lay down a contract to end all contracts, of which the stipulations are still unknown. Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity? So that's your answer? I see. Now for my final question. This world has people who gained visions, and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods?
Ora, ora. Onde quer que vá?
So,
O senhor sempre
this is your answer then. I understand. It seems that you're different from him.
Não é a espada do Atila, é minha.
I'll take that 500 mora. And now I also understand your views on this world. As we agreed, you may now commission me. That said,
I only take commissions related to the Abyss Order. Like you, I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your sibling, while I wish to oppose the Abyss. Ugh. Those creatures that serve the Abyss are the fangs and claws by which the Order spreads chaos in this world. I have come to Mondstadt this time while on the trail of an Abyss Herald.
An Abyss Herald?
An even more twisted abyssal being. One that commands the Abyss Mages.
Oh, that's right! We've just been fighting against the Fatui and Lila, who are human too! We haven't encountered the non-human Abyss Order at all!
There's some reason behind that, I'm afraid. It's possible that they may have been under orders to avoid your path.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're looking for a better time to ambush us or something. Uh-huh! We're super duper
That manner. It's just like his. Well then, let's go see for ourselves, shall we? According to the leads I have on hand, the Abyss Order has re-infiltrated the Temple of the Falcon. Let's meet up at the temple. Perhaps your questions about the Abyss will be answered there.
Vocês fiquem escondidos até eu voltar, tá?
Let it rain.
You're in for a little shock.
Olha só, isso chamou a atenção dele.
Zaki, música. E se não fosse uma ira mágica, não é só música comum?
Blá, 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 música. Só escutei isso.
This abandoned temple, the falcon of the west. Though it can soar in the wind.
Isso é pra aquele cachorro pegar no sono?
The scent of the abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
Bet you can't keep up with me. Get him! Everyone hold hands.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Witness the power of Kuhwa. Rain outlines your fate.
You're in for a little shock.
Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate.
You're in for a little shock. Yep. Come a little closer.
Just a few abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already... The abyss. It is chaos, and that is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, was unable to resist its corrosive powers. And the creatures of the abyss desired...
You seem to know.
Well, I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. Judging by the trace, perhaps we may find our abyss herald there.
Oh. Hi. Hi. Hi.
Today's no good for going out.
don't like him. This may hurt a little.
Lord of Wolvendom, great wolf king of the north, sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here. No, nor does it know me. I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
Well, where do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires thing?
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
Time to act.
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kinda scary. Let's beat them up first.
Let's spark things up a little.
Yeah!
Rain cutter.
Whew, that's it! Let's go check out that bonfire. Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss. And there's another one of those bonfire spells. Looks like the Abyss really has... Yikes! Where do these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick!
You're in for a little...
No escape! Grow, grow, grow!
Time to act. Body and mind.
Have you finished searching? I searched around, but they were left behind by Abyssmen. It seemed we should leave as well.
But now we're out of...
No. Let's get a move on then. I'll wait for you at Storm Terror.
Time to act.
I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis. When you came, this place was known as Storm Terror's lair. But I suppose that this place is more lair than Storm Terror at this point. In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had largely nothing to do with that dragon for a long time. The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of old Mondstadt, the Dragon of the East had yet to fall, much less come to nest in this place.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got in trouble hundreds of years ago.
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, then they will not neglect those mechanisms. Let's go see what the situation is at those light actuators.
Body in mind. Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there. Everyone hold hands.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Hey!
Come a little closer.
Go, Baron Bunny! Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
You're in for a little shock. Try not to enjoy this too much. Come a little closer.
I see everything.
You're in for a little shock.
So in the end, we still couldn't find that Abyss Herald.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame, exactly.
No, you're right. If it's a really powerful monster, it would be best to go around it.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them. Once upon a time, yes. I simply have experience from adventuring together with that traveling companion.
You know, Dane, you keep talking about that person this and that person that. Where are they now, anyway?
He no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting at times.
Oh, is that how it is? Well, why are you traveling alone then?
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home to rest.
Yep, and it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? We camp out a lot when we travel. Hey, once you find your sibling, we should find a place to stay too, shouldn't we? Mondstadt's Fisherman's Toast is pretty tasty, but Leeway's one-man restaurant is great too. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once your journey reaches its end. While you're still traveling, you should...
Huh? What's familiar?
Alexander Frederick Corbis, quais são suas últimas palavras?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well, or perhaps a monster. Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and thus see clearly. We can reach the top of that cliff from over there. Let's go.
Whoa, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No monsters, no people.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the last time I was here. My traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
So, Dane, what about you? What's your favorite place?
Me? I merely followed my traveling companion around on that journey. That's all there was to it. A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here. No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? You mean your brother? But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you recognize. As for why, has it perhaps experienced something related to you?
You're saying some real confusing stuff. Paimon doesn't get it at all.
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. Your journey has only just begun, has it not? At least you now know that he is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find him itself. Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning behind your journey. May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Well then, let us part ways here for now.
Huh? You're leaving? Already?
Only for now. Don't worry, we will meet again. After all, I did take 500 mora and those 3 amp.
Movimento não autorizado na B5.
Vou encerrar agora, não posso mais. Tô com sono, já vou dormir. Continuo do mesmo lugar. Tô só entrando na minha conta aqui pra ficar pronto só pra fazer o evento amanhã.
Ad Astra. Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your
Vou encerrar por hoje. Amanhã eu faço mais. Nesse dia. Já tá já meia-noite e 11h12 já.
Welcome. How can I help you?
0h12.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.